Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video I'll be showing you all the best features of the Samsung Galaxy A30s. By the way guys, I've already made a dedicated video for the tips and tricks section where I talked about many things which I won't be covering in this video. So definitely check out that video, link will be in the description. Now with that said, the first best thing about this phone is definitely its display. This phone sports a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED Infinity V display with HD Plus resolution in 19.5:9 aspect ratio. As it's an AMOLED display, brightness levels are pretty good, color reproduction is great, and blacks are truly blacks. So it's definitely the best display that you can ask for in a Samsung phone. Next best thing about this phone is its fast charging capability. This phone already comes with a massive 4000 mAh battery, and to add to that, this phone also supports fast charging up to 15 watts. You also get a fast charger inside the box, so you don't have to buy it separately. Next best thing about this phone is performance. This phone sports an Exynos 7904 processor with Mali G71 MP2 GPU with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. These are the Antutu and Geekbench scores. It's an octa-core processor with 2 Cortex-A73 cores and 6 Cortex-A53 cores. When compared to the competition, it's not the best in terms of performance, but for a normal user, for a Samsung phone, it's pretty good. Now let's test the fingerprint scanner. I've already set it up, so here we go. This phone has an in-display fingerprint scanner and I'm hoping it would be better than the previous generation. So let me just quickly tweak a setting to see the fingerprint scanner all the time. So for some reason we can't see the fingerprint scanner unless we go to the lock screen. And fingerprint scanner is kinda slow. It's probably as fast as Samsung A30, but it's not really that usable. Many phones in this price segment, especially the Realme X, had an incredibly fast fingerprint scanner, and compared to that, this is just pretty bad. So guys, that was fingerprint scanner. It works and it is usable, but it is slow. Now going on next, this phone also has face unlock feature. It is fast, but not as fast as Oppo and Vivo phones. In good lighting conditions, it works really well. It unlocks the phone in less than a second, but we can still see the lock screen. Even in low lighting conditions, it works and it is kinda fast, like it takes about a second to unlock the phone. In complete darkness, it's more of a hit or a miss. You have to bring your phone close to your face for it to work properly. Overall, face unlock works and it's definitely much more usable than the in-display fingerprint scanner. Next, this phone also comes with some pretty good cameras. On the rear, it has a triple camera setup with a 25MP primary camera, 8MP ultra-wide-angle camera, and a 5MP depth camera for taking portrait shots. For selfies, it has a 16MP camera with f2.0 aperture. These are some sample shots. Cameras are not the best in the price segment. With that said, they're not horrible, they are good enough. Next, we have lock screen live wallpaper. On this phone, we can also set a video as a lock screen wallpaper. You can use any video as a lock screen wallpaper, and if the video duration is too long, you can also edit it before using it. For better results, use a high resolution video. Next, this phone also comes with a wide angle camera on the rear, and these are some sample shots.
Next we have live focus mode. This is another fancy name for rear camera portrait mode on Samsung phones. Unlike on other phones, on this phone, you can actually change the amount of background blur effect you want before taking a picture, and even after taking a picture, you can change the background blur effect. Very few phones offer this feature. These are some sample shots. Alternative title. Next we have artistic blur shape. Now if you have a portrait shot with some lights in the background, you can use this feature to shape those lights to hearts, stars, polygons, and all these shapes. These are some sample shots. Next we have spinning background. Now just like the name suggests, it will give you a spinning effect in the background of a portrait shot. You can also edit the intensity of the spin using the slider below. Next we have zoom background. Just like the spin effect, using this feature, you get a zoom effect. And once again, you can change the intensity using the slider below. Next we have color point. Now once you enable this feature, subject is in color and the background is in black and white. you get a pretty cool looking effect. Even this feature works only on portrait shots, and there needs to be a sufficient distance between the subject and the background. Next we have live focus for selfie. Now this is another fancy name by Samsung for portrait selfie. Using this feature you can take portrait selfies, and on this phone you can also change the amount of background blur effect you want before taking a picture. These are some sample shots. Next we have wide angle selfie. Now the front camera on this phone has a wide angle lens, but by default it crops it to give you a regular size selfie. If you want a much wider selfie, you can get it with just a click of a button. These are the sample shots. Next we have AR emoji, which is Samsung's version of Apple's Animoji. First you need to create AR emoji by taking a picture of yourself. Then you can customize it according to your preference. You can change the skin tone, hairstyle, beard style. You can literally change everything about the emoji. Then you can take pictures of your emoji making weird expressions. You can also stick the emoji to your face like a sticker and then take pictures. You can also share your custom emoji with anyone, anywhere, directly from the Samsung keyboard app. Next we have AR stickers. Using this feature, you can put different kind of stickers to your face in real time and then take pictures with it. It's a pretty cool feature, and the amount of stickers you have depends on the phone you're using. Next, this phone also offers electronic image stabilization while recording video. Next we have slow motion video recording, where we have more control over the duration. Once you're done recording, you can also edit the slow-mo video according to your preference. Next we have Scene Optimizer. It's like AI mode for Samsung phones. It is enabled by default all the time, and you can disable it very easily by a click of a button. This feature intelligently detects the scene and optimizes each shot to give you picture perfect composition. These are some sample shots. Now going on next, this phone also has Samsung Pay. Just like on its flagship phones, even this phone comes with a fully functioning Samsung Pay. This is my all-time favorite feature on Samsung phones. You can add your credit card and debit card information on the Samsung Pay app and make transactions with just your phone, even when there is a swiping machine. I wish all the Android phones had this feature. Next we have navigation gestures, and Samsung likes to call it full screen gestures. Just enable this feature and the navigation bar is replaced with 3 lines. You can swipe from the right side to go back a step, swipe from the center to go home, swipe from the left side for recent apps. You can swipe and hold at the center for Google Assistant. Personally, I like the implementation of MIUI on Xiaomi phones and Android Q. Next we have split screen mode. To open any application in split screen mode, you need to first open that application, go to the recent apps page, click on the app icon and select open in split screen. Then that application will open in a split screen, and you can select the secondary application from your recent apps, or you can go to the home screen and select the secondary application from there. You can find this feature on all Android phones, and this is how you can use it on this phone. Next we have pop-up view, which opens an application in a floating window. Opening an app in pop-up view is similar to split screen mode. Once you open an application in a pop-up view, you can change its transparency, make it a bit transparent. You can minimize it to a floating bubble, just like Facebook chat heads, maximize it, or even close it. I would recommend you not to use this feature as it is resource intensive. Next we have smart pop-up view. This feature allows you to open applications in a pop-up view every time you get a notification from that application. First, you need to enable this feature for the desired application. Once again, it's better not to use this feature. Next we have night mode. This is one of my favorite features on this phone. Once you enable it, most of the UI elements change color from light to dark or black. You can just turn it on from the notification toggles or schedule it to turn on and turn off automatically at a specific time. Using this mode strains your eyes less at night, saves battery, and definitely looks pretty cool because of the AMOLED display. Now going on next, we can even hide that notch. Now once you enable this feature, area beside the notch is completely blacked out, status bar is moved below. Because of the AMOLED display, you won't even see the notch. Now going on next, we have palm swipe to capture. Now before I show you what this feature does, let me show you how to take a normal screenshot. For that, simply press the volume down and power button both at the same time. Once you do that, your phone will take a screenshot. Now for some reason, if you're not able to do that and want an easy way, you can enable this feature called palm swipe to capture. Once you enable this feature, you can simply swipe the display of your phone with your palm, left or right, to take a screenshot. Sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the time, it works without any problems. Next we have Smart Alert. Once you enable this feature, every time you pick up your phone will vibrate if you have a missed call or a message. Next we have Easy Mute. Once you enable this feature, you can easily mute incoming calls or alarms by placing your hand on your phone or by turning your phone face down. Here's a quick preview. Next we have One-Handed Mode. Now once you enable this feature and swipe from the bottom left or right corner of the screen size will shrink, your phone will become much more usable with a single hand. Once you're in this mode, you can click the arrow button to switch the screen left side or right side and click in an empty area to go full screen. If you don't like the gesture, you can select the second option and click the home button 3 times to use the phone in one-handed mode. Next we have Accidental Touch Prevention, which is just a fancy name from Samsung for pocket mode. Once you enable this feature, it will prevent accidental touches in closed spaces like pockets and bags. Next we have Double Tap to Wake. Once again, even this feature is self-explanatory. You can double tap the screen to wake it up. So once you enable this feature, just lock your phone and double tap the screen. It wakes up the screen, and if you're using face unlock, once again it sees your face and unlocks the phone immediately. Next we have Smart Stay. Once you enable this feature, your phone's display will stay on as long as you're using it. This is a really useful feature for people who read a lot on your phone. Let's say you're reading an article or a book on your phone, then the display won't turn off at screen timeout. Next we have Digital Wellbeing. Now this is actually a feature from Google, so it should be on all the Android phones. Now this feature will record all your activity on your phone, like how long you're using your phone, which apps you're using a lot, and how many times you have opened a particular application. So this feature gives you all that information, and you can see which apps you open frequently and which apps you're addicted to. You can also restrict app usage by using this feature. Next we have Wind Down. Now this feature is built into the Digital Wellbeing application, but it has its own unique features. Now this feature Wind Down will help you sleep quickly at night. You can turn it on manually or schedule it to automatically turn on at a specific time. Once you set it up and it's turned on, it changes the screen to grayscale, that's black and white, and blocks notification. It can also turn on Do Not Disturb mode, so you won't be disturbed with annoying notifications. Next we have Flash Notifications. Once you enable this feature, every time you get a notification or a call, flashlight blinks to give you a visual indication. It's good when you need it, but it can be quite annoying. Next we have Auto Call Recording. Now this feature allows you to record calls automatically on your phone, whether you get a call or make a call. You can enable this feature from the phone dialer settings. Next we have Blue Light Filter. Now just like the name suggests, once you enable this feature, it puts a warm tint on the screen and filters the blue light, which is supposed to help you sleep better at night. We can also change the intensity of the filter using the slider. We can also schedule it to turn on and turn off automatically at a specific time. Now going on next, we have the option to change the font on this phone. Usually most Android phones don't give you this option, but on this phone, you can change the font. By default, you get 3 different fonts, and if you're not happy with them, you can download more from the Samsung store. Next we have Easy Mode. Now if this phone is going to be used by some elderly people, then you can enable Easy Mode for them. Now once you enable this feature, everything on your phone will be enlarged. All the app icons on the home screen and app drawer increase in size. Even the text size gets scaled up to make it more visible for elderly people. Next we have Game Launcher. Now once you enable this feature, it will create a folder called Game Launcher on your home screen, and you can keep all your games in that folder. Now from this interface, you can change your performance mode. You can set it to balanced, power saver, or even high performance. So once you set up your power profile, every time you open a game, your phone will automatically switch to that power profile. Beside that, we also get the option to mute sound for all games at once. Now that's not all. Once you open any game that's listed in the game launcher, you'll see extra buttons on the navigation bar. One button at the top to lock the screen and another button at the bottom for extra options. Once you click it, you get additional options for Do Not Disturb mode, blocking calls, taking a screenshot, recording video, and a lot more crazy stuff like that. Now going on next, we have Swipe to Call or Send Message. Once you enable this feature in the default phone dialer application, you can simply swipe left or right on a contact or a call log to make a call or send a message. It's not a great feature, but a very nice shortcut that's available only on the Samsung phones. Next we have Dual Messenger, which is like dual apps for Samsung. Using this feature, you can have 2 Snapchat accounts, 2 Facebook accounts, or even 2 WhatsApp accounts on the same phone. Now this feature might seem awesome, but it only works with few applications. Like if you want to use 2 Paytm accounts on the same phone, you can't do it using this feature. With that said, if you really want to do it, like if you want 2 Paytm accounts on the same Samsung phone, you can try using Secure Folder feature. In your default phone dialer, we have a feature called Caller ID and Spam Protection, and it just does what it says. Every time you get a call from any unknown number, it tries to trace it, give you a name, and will try to intimate you if it is a spam call. I'll definitely recommend you to use this feature. Now going on next, this phone also has Dolby Atmos sound enhancement. You can enable it by using the toggles or by going to the sound settings. Once you enable it, you have different sound profiles like auto, movies, music and voice, and depending upon the sound profile, you will get different audio experience. Right now this feature is only available if you are using a headset. Now going on next, this phone even comes with Samsung themes, or just the themes. You literally have hundreds of themes to choose from, both free and paid, and you can completely change the look and feel of your phone. Starting from wallpapers to UI elements to app icons, it literally changes everything. Now going on next, we have maximum power saving mode. On previous Samsung phones, it was called as ultra power saving mode, and once you enable this feature, it will decrease the screen brightness, set speed limiter, restrict background network usage, limit the number of apps that you can use, and apply a dark theme. On the whole, it does all these things to improve the standby time of your phone. Now even in this mode, you can still use Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and mobile data, and use some regular applications like YouTube, Facebook, and even use the camera application. If you're on a very long journey, just enable this mode and you can have great battery life. Now going on next, we can also increase the touch sensitivity of the display. Now most of the time, if you add a screen guard or a tempered glass to your display, touch sensitivity might go down. In that case, you can use this feature. Next we have Kids mode. You can access it from the notification toggles. Now the first time you try to open it, it might try to download a brand new application, but once everything is set and done, this is the user interface that you get. Using parental controls, you can set daily playtime. You can also check out the daily usage of your kid. You can check out their complete activity. You can restrict the number of apps that they can use, contacts they can see, and music they can listen to. It completely transforms your phone into a brand new phone, which is safe for your kid to use. Now going on next, we have lock screen stories. If you want to see something interesting and useful information every time you see the lock screen, just enable this feature. Once done, every time you try to unlock the phone by going to the lock screen, you will see a different story. Now going on next, this phone supports dual 4G with dual VoLTE, and it also supports native video calling. Here's a quick sample. Now going on next, this phone also comes with a dedicated SD card slot. If the internal storage is not sufficient for you, you can always add in an SD card and expand the storage. It's not a big deal, but if you need extra storage, that dedicated SD card slot will come in handy. Now going on next, we can also reduce animations on this phone. Now for some reason, if you want to reduce animations and thereby reducing the CPU load, then you can do it on this phone by just disabling this toggle. Even if you reduce animations, there are still some animations going on. And for some reason, if you want to completely remove animations, you can do it from the accessibility settings. Personally, I'll stick with animations even at a cost of performance and battery life. Now going on next, we can also disable fast charging. Now this phone, as you might have already known, comes with fast charging, supports fast charging, and comes with a fast charger inside the box. But for some reason, maybe for a prank or something else, if you want to disable fast charging, you can do it from the battery settings. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video, and definitely check out my video on the tips and tricks section where I'll be talking about many things which I didn't cover in this video. By the way guys, if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. And if you want us to make any specific video or if you have any questions, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.